video, I'm going to give you an introduction to musical intervals. So a musical interval is really just a unit of measurement between two pitches, and we can use numbers to show the relative distance between these pitches. So if we're talking about something like a perfect fifth, which sounds like this, I'm just going to show you with my hands. Say this was here, then I want to make, let's say I want to do a third. It would be narrower, maybe like this. And then if I wanted to do a bigger number, the distance between the pitches would get bigger too. Okay, so it's really just a unit of measurement. And of course, the keyboard works great to think about intervals because you can actually see how far apart the piano keys are. So let's say that we wanted to write, here's an E, and we want to do a perfect fifth up from E. So this is actually really easy because all you have to do is count through the alphabet. So here's perfect fifth up, and we're just going to count like this. We're going to start with E. So there's E, F, G, A, B. That's 5. We want to write a 5. So I'm just going to go like this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. So that's a fifth, and this P I have in front of it is just a little bit more information that kind of helps describe the sound to me, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So let's try another interval, and then we'll see what they sound like. Let's go to treble clef this time, and we're going to do a third. And let's do a third down from this. So I'm just going to do 3 down. Okay. So again, all you have to do is count, and there are 2 ways you can count. You can count down like this. You can go 1, 2, 3, and then you know the other note has to be here. Or you can count down in the alphabet. So you could go G, F, E, and so you know it has to be an E. So it's really just counting. And we're going to do one more. And let's see, this one's going to be a 7th. And we're going to go from here. Okay, so it's going to be a 7th up. Okay. So from C, again, you always start counting with the one that you're on right here. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That must be a 7th. Or you can count like this. Okay, so that's how you notate those intervals. And we're just going to see what those sound like on the keyboard. The first one was a fifth, and it was up from this E down here. Okay. That's a fifth. And the next one I had a third. Sounds like this. And then I had a 7th. Like that. And you might notice these all sound a little bit different. I'm going to go back to that first one I played where I had the P in front of it. And I said it was a perfect fifth. Well, the general category of these types of intervals that I'm playing right now that general category is called perfect. Okay, and they have kind of bell-like sounds, kind of clear. You might hear that a lot of the orchestral strings are actually tuned in fifths when they tune their instruments. And so the general category for fifths and fourths and octaves is called perfect. So we're going to go to the next category. This is a third, and you can see it really easily on the keyboard because 1, 2, 3. Third. This is a sixth, and it turns out that thirds and sixths are both in the same category too. I'll play a few more of those. These are all thirds. And then here are a few sixths. Oops, that's not a sixth. Like that. So the general name for all these kinds of intervals is called consonant, meaning they sort of just sound nice together. They have a rich sound. And there's one more category, and it's called dissonant. This is a dissonant interval, this 7th. Here's another one. Here's another very special one we'll talk about in a second. Very dissonant. Dissonant meaning so rich to the point that it's actually kind of jarring. Here's another one that's not quite as jarring. but still considered dissonant. Those are all dissonant intervals. We were looking at fourths and fifths and octaves as being perfect. There's something that's called a tritone that is really in between the size of a fourth and a fifth, but it's actually considered dissonant. So I'm going to put okay. And so if you want to write one of these intervals, because they sound kind of neat, you can do two things. You can either make a fifth and shrink it, or you can make a fourth and make it bigger. So now this is a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an accidental to make it just a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it a half step bigger. So I could do it a couple different ways. I could put a sharp here, and that would work really well. Or I could go back over here, and I could put a flat there. So either way, I have this interval. I could raise the top, or I could lower the bottom. And then I could do the same type of thing with a fifth. Okay, so I could make a fourth bigger, or I can make a fifth smaller to get a tritone. So we'll just do that. Okay. So here's a fifth, and I'm going to choose to raise the bottom up to make it a little bit smaller. But of course, I could also do that. So I'm going to play what these sound like on the keyboard. So here's that fourth that I played, that I notated. And you can see it's very clear sounding. It's perfect, category of perfect intervals. But now I'm going to lower that G. Really changes the sound, and it's now dissonant. Or I could do the other way, raise the C. Very dissonant. So I'm going to do the same thing with that perfect fifth. Okay, here's that fifth, very clear, very bell-like. But if I raise the bottom of it, all of a sudden it's dissonant. Same thing by lowering the top. And that's all the lesson for now.